Coach, first half started out really well. Second half, It just seemed like there was a drop of energy, a drop of cohesion within the group. What did you kind of see from that first to second half?
No, I think you said it correctly. That's what I saw. Really good start to the game, and we were able to possess the ball. We were able to do the things that we had set out to do, and created chances. Got into their final third. Got into the final third a number of times. Didn't maybe get as much from those chances as we would have hoped. And second half, there was a drop off. They had more of the ball than we would like, right? They had more of the control of the game than we would like, and obviously, we conceded 2 goals. Still thought we had a few chances that we had created in that second half as well, but just didn't happen for us today.
When you look at that second half and the adjustments that James Madison made, kind of dropping off, allowing play up into that point of conflict where they rushed and kind of disrupted everything, compared to the way they were playing in that first half, did you feel that the team just didn't quite adjust to that as you wanted them to?
I think a couple things happened. I think the energy in our pressing wasn't at the same level, and it allowed them more space, more time, more success building out, and they were able to find players in those pockets and dangerous areas, and I thought that was something that changed the game, and then our ability to retain possession of the ball and to build up the way that we want to, that changed. And a lot of what James Madison did is solved by us being really good in our build-up, in our possession, in moving the ball forward and playing in their end. And then if you give the ball back to a team like James Madison, they're very good. The more that they have the ball, the more dangerous they become, the more opportunities they have to break you down and create chances. And I thought that was a big part of how the game changed.
This team plays a lot of games in a short amount of time, and you ask a lot of the players in terms of their minutes played per game. Very, very short bench. You don't sub very often, especially this late in the season. Do you feel that kind of caught up to some of the guys?
Maybe. I do think there's not a lot of time between the last 4 games of the season, right? They're coming thick and fast, and it's possible. It's possible. I think for us to be successful in that second half, we would have had to come out with the same type of intensity and energy that we played in the first half, and then I think that could have been a different outcome, different second half.
Over these last couple of matches, you've had, your opponents, South Carolina, Georgia State, and now James Madison mount a late match charge. You survived it the last 2 times, but this time it caught up with you. Just what have you noticed over these last couple of second halves that you can maybe look at going into the tournament?
Yeah, I think we have to look at that, right? I think there were different reasons in the South Carolina game why things didn't, why that second half changed. I didn't think that they were present in the next game, but I think we have to look at that, and we have to make sure that when we come out of halftime that we're at the same level, if not better, than, especially if we played a good first half, that we come out and we replicate that.
You did need to have Luciano Natoli come out there, make his first start in that game against Georgia State. Just what did you think about his game right there, and how do you think Wanby did kind of being out for a match and then coming back into this one?
Yeah, I mean, I thought Lucci did a great job. Came up with a few big saves. I think it was really good that he played in that South Carolina game and had to come up with a couple big moments there where he came and took a few crosses. So I think he felt a little more comfortable then going in and playing against Georgia State, but I think he did a great job. There's always a little bit of nerves when you're a young goalkeeper and you're coming in and you're playing really your first full game. But I thought he did an excellent job, and I thought Wambi was really good tonight. I thought especially in the build-up and with his feet, he helped us a lot. Difficult goals, breakaways where players got him behind our back line. If he saves those, you're pretty excited about it, but you can't sit there and fault Wambi for either one of those goals.
It seemed like with the verticality that James Madison had, with the speed of their forwards up top, it didn't really allow your fullbacks to push up the way you would normally want them to and to get into the attack. How kind of stifling was that, and just in terms of the build-up, to not have those overlapping guys and having to have them kind of stay home a little bit to negate the attack?
I think it comes down to who's in control of the game, right? If we in the first half we build up, we have possession, we make them step down, right, and then our fullbacks can come forward and can join or come in support of the ball. If you give that ball away early, you never get as much time to get into the right shape. It's a little bit more dangerous coming out of the back and just bombing forward if you haven't really moved up the field. So I think it was really difficult for those guys more in the second half than in the first half, because we didn't have the ball. Now they're forced to defend, and James Madison was playing a few diagonal balls in behind Timo and trying to isolate him 1v1. So I think Baum did a good job when he went in there to help in that wide area, defending and doubling their winger, but that's also a byproduct of them having the ball and then being able to get their head up and being able to play that diagonal ball. And is that a function of the press not being quite what we were able to do in the first half, where then they really couldn't do that, or they didn't have the ball as much in the first half, so less opportunity?
Number one in the nation, obviously, very successful season.
Yeah.
Some may say that this loss kills me. How do you plan to reset?
I mean, I think we just stick with the process that we've used the whole season, which, win or lose, we take a look at, what did we do in the game? What did we do well? What did we do poorly? What do we need to improve upon? How do we recover mentally and emotionally from the game? I think, this, obviously any loss hurts. This loss hurts. And, we have to learn from it, because that's the only positive you can really take from any loss. And knowing that you have another game, knowing that you actually get to stay here and that you're the two and you get to host, I think that's really important. And I think the guys now need to focus on, all right, what can we learn, and now we have to go again.
Do you think
One more question.
So before you ended up having a record crowd out there
Great crowd.
with Halloween night, holiday night. You end up setting a record crowd. Like, even though you couldn't pull out the win, what it mean to you to see the crowd packed like that?
Well, I think we've been really, I'll put this, I'm really grateful that the communities come out, that the students come out, that they support us. We've had amazing crowds all year long, and they've kind of built every week that we've played, and so I'm just really grateful that we get the support that we get, and excited for the next game, that we get a great crowd and that we can give a different result to our fans.
Awesome. Best of luck, Coach.
All right, thanks guys.